Hey there, comic book friends. I'm Travis. I'm participating in a tag video. I was tagged by Sarah Smash. This tag thing's been roaming around the YouTube community for the last couple weeks or so. Happy to participate in this. And basically, these are questions about modern age mainstream comics. So I'm assuming that's DC and Marvel. That's our mainstream comics. I'm not exactly sure on the current part, how current is. That would dictate a lot on my answers to some degree based on that. I will go with I'm going to answer these questions as of comics that are basically being produced right now. Not like comics that have been in the last 10 years or something like that. Or longer. So the first question, there's 10 questions. First question was, what is my favorite solo superhero book? That's pretty easy right now. That's Wonder Woman. I have been enjoying the New 52 launch of Wonder Woman, her own book. So that's what I'm going with for solo hero book. Hawkeye, close second, Hawkeye. Bro. It was pretty good. Been a little shaky right now, but Wonder Woman definitely firing all cylinders most of the time. Even the what would be considered the slower issues are pretty excellent. Second question is my favorite team book. Batman and Robin, Batman and whatever. I don't know. Is it considered a team book right now? Seeing as how he's not really teamed up with anybody. It just has other characters in it. But that's my favorite team book, I'm going to say. If that doesn't count as a team book, I'll go with Young Avengers from Marvel. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun book as far as team up books go. But yeah, Batman and I think is really the team book I want to go with. Who's my favorite hero? Used to be an easy question. Back in the day, it was always Green Arrow. That was pretty simple. Green Arrow's different now, so that's not really my answer. I always like Batman, but I think I'm going to go who I enjoy the most watching do things and kick ass and all that kind of stuff that heroes do. I'm going to go with Wonder Woman again. I just am really enjoying this incarnation of Wonder Woman. I love when she gets in fights. Her fights are big and bold, and yeah, I like her as a person, what she stands for, what she's trying to represent, what she's trying to do in her solo book. So I'm gonna say right now my favorite hero is Wonder Woman. Favorite villain. This used to be, I would have named this probably with The Secret Six, but since we're not talking that old of books, I'm gonna say Boomerang. Boomerang from Superior Foes of Spider-Man, just because I love that book, and that book is so ridiculous. The characters are just absolute losers, and it's really fun reading about them being losers and whatnot. So I am going with gonna go with Boomerang from Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Marvel or DC? That's such a ridiculous question. In my case, obviously it's DC. That's why I talk about most. For the longest time, I was always outed as being the DC guy. Even though I have lots of Marvel books, but definitely DC. I like DC best. Favorite event book? I don't have one. I pretty much detest event books. I try them out and then hate myself for trying them out, and then I'll avoid them for a couple years. And then try another one out and hate myself for having tried it and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not gonna really answer that. I don't really have a favorite event book. Now, I guess I'll take that back. Let's go Flashpoint. That's not right now, but awfully close to right now. And not the Flashpoint title itself so much as I loved the miniseries spin-off of it. The Batman one was excellent. I really enjoyed everything about that book. Excellent little miniseries. You want an elsewhere world Batman story, just read that. Don't worry about the rest of the Flashpoint. You don't have to collect any of that stuff. You don't have to collect the main thing or whatsoever. It tells its own story within the Flashpoint. So get that that little spin-off of an event book I quite enjoyed. So that's my endorsement of an event book, is that. Least favorite event book. All of them. Hate them all. Don't like event books. They always end up not satisfying the need most of the time, and they mess up all the other books. So, as a general rule, I'm sure I could find some that were okay, but as a general rule, I do not like them. So all of them. What are my least favorite? All of them. So let's see. Question number 8. What's a book that I read that everyone else hates? I don't know. I can't think of a mainstream comic that's that way. I was collecting Batman. I mean, not Batman, but Batwing. I just recently dropped it. Nobody else I know, oh my God, was reading it. I don't know if hate though. But yeah, I'm not reading it anymore either. So there you go. I don't think I'm really reading anything else that, as far as the mainstream books to go, that I'm the only person that I know that likes it. No one else does. Just about anything that's obscure like that, it seems to be at least Mr. CDC AMP. He seems to at least collect whatever those books are that I'm collecting that no one else is. Things like All-Star Western and stuff. Let's see. Least favorite book, Teen Titans. Then the New 52 Teen Titans. I think I collected up to issue 9 or maybe 13. I can't remember. Hate that book. Hate it. Truly can say I hate it. Anyway, let's see. Favorite comic book jail. Been asking my family if they can, how many jails they can name off in comic books. Quite honestly, right off the top of my head, I can't name off a single Marvel jail. If there is a jail named a jail in the Marvel Universe, I cannot remember off the top of my head what it is. I may have at one time used to be able to tell you that. I can't now if there is one. So yeah, I mean, I can only think of 3. Blackgate, Arkham Asylum, the Phantom Zone. I'm thinking like there's one more DC one, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. And I guess Arkham Asylum, maybe it's not considered a prison because it's an insane asylum, but it's an insane asylum for the criminally insane. So I'm going to call it a prison, and that's most certainly going to be my favorite one, just because of the amount of insanity that goes on in the place. I'm sure you could tell tons of stories around Arkham, and they've written lots of them. But I mean, you could do like have Gotham City Central and Streets of Gotham, all these kind of Gotham-oriented kind of things. I bet you they could do a long-term book that was just Gotham. I mean, not just Gotham, but just Arkham. And the stuff that goes on in Arkham, the stories of the inmates that are at Arkham, and all of that. I think they could write a lot of really cool stories that way. Something maybe DC should do. Anyway, so Arkham. That's my answer to the 10 questions. As far as tagging people, I am going to tag, let's see, Carlos. I'm going to kill his last name because I always seem to. Carlos, what is it? Infant? Sorry, Carlos. I know who you are. I just kill your last name. I'm going to put the links down below. I'm also going to tag Wellington, Comic Book Lowdown, and finally I will tag Mr. John DaCosta. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Thanks for listening to my answers, and thanks for allowing me to participate along with the rest of the community. Have a great one, everybody.